Merry Christmas. You're right. It's Nate, it's Connor again from the Soulful Journey. I just want to really appreciate you for being here and spending your time to watch this video. It means a lot. And what we're going to go into, something I briefly touched on in the last video, which was the Ho'oponopono technique. It's a Hawaiian technique to forgiveness and leaving all the baggage in 2023 that deserves to just stay in the past because it's no good anymore. And the reason you want to do this is because as we approach 2024, as you've got your new goals and I want to lose weight, I want to make more money, or whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve in this next coming year, you're going to want to leave the baggage behind. And the reason why you want to do that is because the things you hold on to, remember in the last video I said about how thoughts become things? Thoughts set up the emotion is what attracts things to you. If you are negative towards a person or circumstance because they have done something that has ticked you off in some way, that has imprinted itself into your psyche, whether you're conscious of that or not. Subconsciously, you have an image of something that has ticked you off and been negative to you. And what you don't know is that it's coloring your everyday experience, and you don't even know that it's doing that. So this is by far the fastest way to release all of that, all of the negative baggage, get rid of the negativity and just leave it in 2023. And let's have a fresh, clean slate. Okay, I'm talking to myself as well, because if you're anything like me, we could all do with a bit more happiness. You know, there's a lot of negativity in the world. We could all do with more abundance, more money, more happiness, everything that comes with that. So how this happens. Now, if you remember, there are actually 4 components to this technique called Ho'oponopono. The first one is I'm sorry. The second one is please forgive me. The third one is thank you. And the fourth one is I love you. Now, I did talk about this briefly before. I want to give more information on this now because the positive feedback I experienced from the last video on this specific topic was so great that I just wanted to make another video. So the reason why we say I'm sorry, we're not saying sorry because we've done something wrong or the other person's done something wrong. We're not saying sorry for that. With a person, with yourself and myself, with everyone, there are multiple dimensions to someone's personality. Okay, you have good side and you've got hundreds of positive sides to that person as well. You're excited. There's just so many things about a person. Now, if you are labeling someone as, you know, oh, every time I see that person, they're just really angry all the time, or they're really negative towards me, or they don't give me what I deserve, or every time you do that, and that belief you have, you're only going to be able to experience that version of a person. So what we want to do is we want to forgive that completely. We want to realize and say sorry because we're all the same. We all have exactly the same power. There's not one person that is better than you or me. We are all exact. I don't care how much money someone has. I don't care how much nicer their car is or bigger their house is compared to yours, or how hot their girlfriend is compared to yours or boyfriend. We're all working with the same power. They're not better than you. And so you're saying sorry in light of that fact. I'm sorry because you are the same as me. We're no different. You acted out the best that you could in that moment, okay? I know there is so many different parts to your personality that I don't even know about. And I want to set myself free, and I want to set you free as well because that's what you deserve, and I deserve that too. And we all want a bit more happiness. I'm sorry. And you may have to do this a few times, and it might be difficult. I didn't say this was going to be the easiest technique, but it definitely is the fastest. So that is the reason why we apologize. Second one is please forgive me. Now, forgiveness, if you look at the dictionary definition, the real meaning for forgiveness means just to completely abandon, let go, cut the ties, get rid, clean slate. So there's no particular order to this. You can do it in any order that you like. I like to do it in the order that I've laid out, but you can do I love you first, whatever. You forgive because, again, we want to set ourselves free. If we don't do that, we're only going to block our own power. And if we have less power to work with, we're only going to attract more things that we don't want. And it's going to make your 2024 so much harder. So I forgive you. I'm holding a hot piece of coal at the moment and it's burning me. I'm expecting that person to get burnt. and it's not going to work. I'm just seeing so much anger and pain. And why did you do that to me? Why would you ever say that? I'm a good person. Why would you do that to me? You know what I'm talking about? You know, there's probably experiences in your own life where you felt that way about a person. You know, they've acted a certain way towards you. They may have called you names. They may have insulted you. They may have doubted you. They may have hurt you in some deep way. And I'm not saying that they're justified. They're absolutely not. Of course not. Of course not. We've all said things that we wish we didn't say. But we want to forgive because it is the best thing to do for us, not for them. Recognize your own power, okay? And when you can drop that coal and just feel that relief, wow, it's just so much, I'm not in pain anymore. When you can do that, you'll begin to feel a weight has been lifted. And then from that, you can begin to open your heart to the things that you truly want. You can begin to truly desire the things that you want. You might want to play that part again. Desire the things we want. There's a big difference between desiring something and wanting it. So that is number 2. Now, number 3. And by the way, you might be thinking, you know, your alternative to this, you know, I'm just going to keep, I don't need to do this. I'll do this later. The thing is with this, okay, there are other options, okay? You can choose not to do this. You can choose to completely neglect this information. You can choose to just go, do you know what? Thanks for that. And I know that would be a good idea. I'll do it another time. What will happen is you will go the next year, 2024, you'll come to the end of that, you'll come to December, and you will be stuck in the same situation. Now, for me, that's a disturbing thought. The idea of being exactly the same person this time next year means I've not grown at all. There are things that you don't even know are coloring your every single experience. And the alternative is you just completely don't do anything about it, and you keep living the life that you have been living. You decide for yourself whether that's something that you would want. But I'm guessing if you're anything like me, for the average person, the answer is going to be a resounding no. You would like changes to be made. So they're the first 2 points. Now, the third point is, we went on to, sorry, thank you. So, thank you, forgive me, thank you is what we want to do. Now, the next third point is more about gratitude, because there are lessons in every single experience. You know, everything that good and bad, nothing has built-in meaning. This is something that I got from Bashar. I didn't make this up on my own. Bashar, you can Google him on YouTube him. Essentially, he says that humans assign meaning to experiences that we have. There isn't actually, nothing's good or bad. We decide whether something is good or whether something's bad. Your car breaks down on the way to work. That's not good and it's not bad. You can choose to make it good. Now, you might have to really look hard to find out what that is, but there is good in everything. And by the way, I'm not the master at this. I'm really not. I'm learning as I'm speaking. I haven't mastered this. I'm just like you. You know, I just want a bit more happiness in my life. I want to earn more money. I want to have a really happy family. You know, I want a bigger house. I want a nicer car. I'm just like you. We're all the same. So this has helped with me though. And you want to be grateful for that, because remember about tuning to a frequency. How I said in the last video, thoughts become things. Gratitude is one of the higher frequencies. When you align your thoughts and your emotions with the feeling of being grateful, no matter how silly it is, being grateful, you will attract more things to be grateful for, and more things, and more things, and more things. That which we are ungrateful for and we take for granted gets taken away from us. So that's number 3. And then the fourth one is, I love you. And the reason we say I love you is because they are just like you. We're all the same. You're not saying I love you because of the ego, right? The ego is what gets angry and emotional, because the real you doesn't get angry or depressed. That stuff doesn't exist with who you really are deep down. That's why we're saying I love you. You're recognizing who they are deep down. And we're doing that with the apology part of it as well. When we say I'm sorry, we're sorry because I'm holding you in the negative image, but you really aren't that deep down. I know who you are deep down. We're all the same. And so we're saying I love you for that. You may have to repeat this a few times for this to work in your own mind. You might not believe it straight away. You might have to repeat this a few times, but I promise you, you will just be able to take this deep breath. This weight will be lifted. I don't have to carry this around with me anymore. I can let go. I can forgive this. And I promise you, you will just step into your own power from that point, and you'll be able to attract more things, which is even more powerful and help you feel more grateful, more loving and appreciative for life and being alive, because being alive is truly a gift. So that is how Ho'oponopono works. So I really hope that you got some amazing information from this. I promise you, if you use this technique, you will experience massive results and change in your life. And that will absolutely compound into 2024. So happy new year. Be blessed as always. And thank you so much for watching the video.